Every defender in the NBA has that one matchup that lingers. The one where the game plan sounds good in the locker room, but starts falling apart by the second quarter. Anthony Edwards is that dude, and he knows it.
The player you consider the hardest to guard in the league, who and why?
Myself, and because I'm unstoppable.
If you think that was just him being boastful, here's an NBA player explaining what guarding Anthony Edwards did to him.
Who? For me?
Yeah.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
I mean, it was more about my elbow at that point. You know, every time, even some passes, you know, my arm, but it was more offensively for him. It wasn't him guarding me. He was scoring on the other end.
In today's video, we'll be showing you NBA players explain why Anthony Edwards is so hard to guard, from his mechanics to his mindset and everything in between. And since Ant-Man is an elite two-way player, it's only right we begin with another two-way player explaining what makes Edwards hard to stop.
Yeah, he knows how to use that athleticism the right way. That's what I love about him. And he's smooth, like, because he goes to the lane sometimes, and it's like a finesse, like, I don't have to punch on you. I'm going to just go around you with this Euro.
Paul George has guarded elite scorers for over a decade, and what stands out to him is how controlled Edwards looks while moving at full speed. He explains how, once defenders start expecting finesse, the game flips instantly.
And then you forget, like, he can go upstairs with you too.
That's what's scary.
That's what's scary.
Like, is he gonna, you know?
That's why it's such a great package that he can either dunk on you or he can slow one step you and get to his layups, because you don't know, like, his athleticism's like, I gotta be ready, like, I gotta jump first so I don't get dunked on.
That hesitation is everything. When defenders jump early to protect themselves, Edwards already has the counter waiting, and that is usually when the real problems start. Sometimes it only takes one move for a defender to realize they are dealing with something different. Not a good player, not a future star, but something rarer. And for someone like Andre Iguodala, all it took was one possession to change how he viewed Anthony Edwards.
And recently, when I saw this kid hit me with an in and out, he turned the corner so fast, I said, oh my God. It took like a half second for me to say, I think he has more talent than Dwyane Wade.
That is not a comparison people throw around lightly. Saying someone might have more talent than Dwyane Wade sounds almost disrespectful to history. But before dismissing it, it is worth hearing what Wade himself had to say about Anthony Edwards and why that comparison may not be as crazy as it sounds. First off, when NBA legend Dwyane Wade talks about Anthony Edwards, he does not focus on moves or athleticism. He talks about where it all started.
Well, I definitely don't want to see myself in him. Like, I don't even want to take any credit, but, you know, just as a young guy that kind of has had the same trajectory in a sense, like, I wasn't a number one pick, but, you know, we both were coached by the same college coach and Coach Tom Crean.
That shared path matters. It explains why Edwards never looks overwhelmed. He has been competing up his entire life.
Also, when we first started playing the game, we normally I played with grown-ups, people that was your older brothers, people who are better than you. And these are people that you want to take down. You want to show them that you're better than them. This is how we started playing basketball. And so he's just doing it in front of the world on the biggest stage when he's getting a chance to play against people he's watched his entire life.
That is why Anthony Edwards does not ease into matchups. He attacks them. The stage never feels too big because he has been trying to take down bigger players his entire life. That mentality does not disappear when the opponent is an established superstar. In fact, it sharpens, and Kyrie Irving nailed it here.
That even as young, he slides his feet, he's very physical, and he takes that challenge very personal.
But then Kyrie points out the ultimate goal is to win.
He got a few stops, we look at each other, we wink at each other, a few possessions that he had on me, and that's what makes this league great. You can have those mini battles overall in the team scheme, but at the end of the day, it's about getting a win.
So what's Ant-Man's mindset for winning? You see, when the pace slows and the possessions start to matter, Anthony Edwards does not rush. He sharpens his game, and Austin Reeves talked about witnessing this.
I don't know if I knew he was that good. The Germany game in Abu Dhabi, when he just took over in the second half, I remember he made a baseline fade, like double pump. Everything went slow motion again, and I was just like, that might be one of the best shots I've ever seen in person.
That is what happens when a player who can overpower you also starts manipulating timing. Contests stop mattering, and that is usually when stars separate themselves late. Jason Tatum confirms this.
And one of my favorite guys to watch in the league, you know, how explosive and talented he is, and continues to get better each and every year. And I just like how he competes. He competes on both ends of the floor. And he made some big plays for his team tonight, especially down the stretch.
But besides turning up down the stretch, it seems every year Anthony Edwards is just going more and getting better. His idol, Kevin Durant, also pointed out another factor that makes Anthony Edwards hard to guard.
He's a team builder. Like, his personality, his demeanor is something you can build around and have people come into the gym and say, yo, be like that. Those are the ones. You walk in the gym and see him working hard, and he being a great teammate and bringing everybody with him.
Here, Kevin Durant is talking about presence. Anthony Edwards does not just pressure defenses, he shapes the environment around him. That kind of influence forces defenders into tougher situations, because when everyone is engaged, help defense gets sharper, cuts get harder, and mistakes get punished faster. And according to Draymond Green, Anthony Edwards has already proven he can change narratives, not just box scores.
I got a lot of respect for Ant. I think he got the demeanor. He believe it. He speak it. He give life to other guys. Like, he giving life to guys that nobody could give them life. Man, a year ago, everybody said Rudy Gobert was the worst trade in the world ever in the history of the NBA.
Ever. That's a true fact.
And Anthony Edwards has given this man life.
That is when guarding someone becomes overwhelming. When their confidence does not just beat you, it spreads. So, what does Rudy Gobert himself think about the man who, according to Green, gave him new life?
I know he's been watching a lot of film, he's been, communicating a lot, so he's really, he's really locked in. I mean, I believe in him, he believes in us. He's someone that is always up for any type of challenge. So.
If you combine what KD, Draymond Green, and Gobert said, it becomes clear why Anthony Edwards has been able to help Minnesota achieve so much in the time he's been there. It's not just his physical ability and talent, it's also the mindset that shows up in the details. Film, communication, accountability, and when those habits stack up, the challenge does not feel optional anymore. Mike Conley sees the result of that commitment on the court.
And what's most impressive about him is the way he competes on the defensive end. Not a lot of guys have that ability to take over games on both sides of the floor. Just super excited to have him as a teammate.
When your best scorer also wants the toughest assignment, guarding him becomes exhausting in ways numbers can never capture. Plus, the impact is felt on both ends of the floor. Lou Williams did not hesitate when the question came up.
Lou, is he the best two-way guard in the league now? Because Chandler just used that word, and I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, why not?
When a player can pressure you offensively, challenge you defensively, and never back down from either, guarding him becomes a constant problem. Anthony Edwards is so hard to guard because there is no safe option. Sit back and he attacks. Press up and he blows by. Jump early and he counters. Relax late and he takes over. And through all of it, he believes he is supposed to win the matchup. That belief is what ties everything together. It fuels the athleticism, it sharpens the skill, and it turns every possession into a challenge defenders are forced to answer. But do you agree with Ant that he's the most unguardable player in the league? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to see another superstar who's very hard to guard, watch NBA players explain why Luka Doncic is so hard to guard next.